Listen to Sticky Bunny weird. Hey guys, welcome back to Life Like Bunny. And if you're new, welcome to Life Like Bunny. Today I'm telling you guys a story time from the ancient times. No, it's not that old. It's kind of a while ago. I'm a bit old now. It was around year 6. Year 5, which is P5. If you've read the title, I'm talking about how I got voted the prettiest girl in school. When I'm trying to say it, but it happened, it actually turned sour. Almost turned my school experience. If I wasn't zoning outy, it would have turned my entire high school experience into like a nightmare. But it did turn it sour. So how being voted prettiest in the school, high school for Americans, turned sour. This story happened whilst I was in boarding school in Uganda. If you are new to the channel and you haven't watched my video that I posted about going into or attending a boarding school in Uganda, you should go watch that. It's a fucking awesome video. You should go watch it. It'll give you some context. So I did go to boarding school in Uganda from ages 9 to ages 12. And after a few years of being into boarding school, made a few friends, as one does. There was this boy who had the biggest crush on me. I'll call him Guy Fieri. I'll call him Guy Fieri. If you watch the Food Network, you know who Guy Fieri is. The name kind of like rhymes to me. So Guy Fieri had like a big crush on me. Obsessive crush on me. The boy would follow me everywhere. Like literally follow me everywhere. It was to a point where I just was getting so sick of his face. But one actually very nice cute thing he did, the reason I like kind of initially tolerated his behavior, before I knew like, oh, he has a little crush on me, and I'm just like, oh, it's fine, it's no big anything. So we had like visitations at school. If you went to boarding school in Uganda, or if you went to a different boarding school, and they also practiced this, every first Sunday of the month you had visitations where your parents would come visit you, replenish your shit, give you money, give you food. However, my parents, as per usual, did not visit me. But Guy Fieri noticed that, and he was just like, oh, you didn't get visited. Oh, I'm sorry. So he called me to come with his parents and gave me so much fucking food. You don't get visited, you eat the normal food cooked by the cooks, which is not as tasty as someone eating fucking spaghetti with a whole ass roast chicken with spaghetti with roast chicken. That's where I have to stop, okay? Versus being given matoke and some soup rice that's not even cooked properly with 3 specks of meat. It was not the same thing. So he took me to his parents and they gave me so much food to eat, and they gave me some more food in a box. In hindsight, he was not all terrible, even if he was a bit stalkerish. He was a dynamic person, irregardless. That evening on visitation, they gave me like some food to take with me, because if your parents gave you so much food, you don't eat all of it because it's a lot of food. Some of the food, they give it to you in some sort of Tupperware to eat later, and we would have like this dining, I don't remember the right name, where we sit in a big giant dining hall and everybody eats their food, and then afterwards legit you have like a food fight. It was amazing. And if you didn't get visited, you don't get to partake because you don't have the food, so you just kind of sit outside, a bit sad, you know. Boarding school was a hoot. Stream my music. Anyway, that day he actually helped me, so I was able to participate, and I went in the evening, we ate the food they had given me in a Tupperware. But silly me, I didn't give him back his Tupperware because I was just like not because I really wanted to have it, it just didn't He literally was stalking me for the Tupperware. Every single time he'll be like, the Tupperware, the Tupperware, the Tupperware, the Tupperware. I'll give you the Tupperware, please. He would be using that Tupperware as the excuse, as the reason why he was like trying to harass me. And then I gave him the Tupperware because this was happening about like legit 10 times. He will come outside the dormitory, the girls' dormitory, be like, can somebody help me call Shamim? And all the girls will be like, ooh, Shamim, your boyfriend. but that's not my fucking boyfriend. I don't have no fucking boyfriend. It will piss me the fuck off. I went there because I was so sick of the girls doing all that shit. I gave him his fucking Tupperware. Did this make this boy stop harassing me? Oh no, he still was harassing me everywhere. He would come at the canteen. If you don't know, I was working at the canteen. Watch my video about it. He would come at the canteen trying to get my attention at every point he could. I'll tell you a whole story time about him. I literally had to write him a letter about, it was a bad letter. I'll make a story time separate. Anyway, that's the context of the boy, and he's very important because he's the one that actually like voted me the prettiest in school. Kind of nullifies it. So one time we went class. I remember this day particularly because I remember the English teacher was one of my favorite teachers. So we were in English studying, and then for some reason the teacher was talking about how we should vote the prettiest girl in school and was asking the boys to do it, and it was in my books doing my work obviously, and I don't remember how this whole thing happened, and the teacher literally told him, hey, you come vote, and he came. Oh my god, I said his name. No, fuck. No, I'll cut it off. I'll cut it out, guys. If there's a weird blip, it's because I cut out his name. Gaffieri. So we were in class and the teacher called Gaffieri out and he was like, hey, Gaffieri, come. I don't know why we were talking about prettiest in school or something. It was some weird in-class thing. They asked him for some reason. Everybody, the boys were like, ooh, and the girls were like, so tentative, waiting to hear it. And I wasn't noticing. I think I was zoning out in my whole world. The next thing I hear is being pointed at and the boys be like, ooh, Shabim! And the girls were like, ooh. They were not enthusiastic about it at all. Like Viper syndrome. They asked this boy who had a crush on me, who was the prettiest in school. He obviously was going to say me because he had a crush on me. And I knew that. And I think everybody knew that. And then afterwards, it was break time. So that whole thing subsidized. And I was so confused. And I was just like, oh fuck, this is gonna make the girls hate me even more. And this is gonna make them think that I like him back. It was like a whole fucking horrible mess in my head. I wasn't enjoying myself at all. So break time comes. We go to the dormitory, everybody getting their snacks so they can have it with their tea and their porridge or whatever. We go in the dormitory and then the girls were all like having a discussion about it. They're like, oh, we all know why he said it. You know, Shmim is not the prettiest in school. It's obviously, I'll say the girl's name, who is my best friend actually at the time. The girl they were saying who should have been voted. Her name, I'll call her, I'll say Honey. If you watch my videos and you know this, you would just know. Anyway, I'll call her Honey. The girls in the dormitory we were in were like, it should have been Honey who should be voted the prettiest in school. It should not have been Shamim. Obviously it's Honey. And they're like, yeah, what do you think, Shamim? Do you think you should have been voted? I'd be like, yeah, it should have been her. I agree with you guys. And that was literally my whole take about it. And yeah, it should have been Honey. It should have been Honey. Yeah, this is my best friend as well. Like, what do you want me to do? To be like, no, they should not have voted my best friend the prettiest in school. Like, duh, I'm gonna say yes. And also, I want y'all not to continue this because if I say, yes, it should have been me, they'll be like, yeah, we knew they were in love with that boy. Oh, I just wanted the whole attention to just divert as much as possible. I think they wanted me to be upset, but I was not. The funny thing is, what I thought deep down, the person they actually wanted to be voted the prettiest in school, if we were to be asked, was this other girl. Well, the three girls mainly. I won't say all the girls, it was mainly three girls actually like spearheading this whole bullshit. And these three girls, they wanted their main leader girl. I'll call her Vondu. They wanted their main leader Vondu to be voted the prettiest. Ironically enough, I thought she was really, really pretty. Besides my best friend being voted the prettiest, I thought this girl should be voted the prettiest because she was so tall, she was so pretty. It's like, yeah, of course. But they were just so butthurt that she wasn't voted because they wanted to kind of be like this Regina George type of group of girls, and it's like, not me. So they wanted to cause some sort of like fight between me and my best friend. That's my grown perspective about it, because these girls legit from that point on made my life shit. And that's why I mean genuinely turned that whole situation sour. Later on, I'm gonna make a story time about it. Plotted to steal my first ever fucking boyfriend. I'm still bitter about that. It was the most confusing confusing situation, and I only now as a grown-up starting to understand it. Because you know those situations that happen to you and you just get so confused and they are never really explained? They did that to me. They stole my first ever boyfriend because she wanted him and she dated him later. They literally went on to make my life hell. At some point they did, I'll make a story time if you want to know. They did some pretty terrible shit that made me genuinely suicidal as a kid. All because of this one incident. And later on, talking about it with my husband, I realized why they did it. There was this boy she really liked. Vondu liked this boy. And this boy was very good at drawing. He was so good at art, like he could draw you exactly how you were. Really well. And he would always draw her because obviously he had a crush on her. He would always draw her and give her the drawings, and she would always be like, thank you. She wouldn't like show that much enthusiasm. Everybody always like linked them together because they were the same height as well. Everybody thought they were so nice together. Me being absent-minded, I went down and I was like, hey, could you draw me? And he's like, yeah, sure. Drew a very nice painting of me. I don't even remember where it went. And she was so upset. I didn't even pick up on it at the time because she came to me and she was like, you asked him to draw you? I was like, yeah, he draws. To me, I just felt like he draws and I have an opportunity to ask someone who draws to draw me. And if he says yes, he says yes. If he says no, well, I take my L and move on. Luckily, he said yes. And I would always ask him to help me draw things I couldn't draw. He was the best drawer, and you'd lose marks if you don't draw well. And I think she didn't like that I was interacting with him because most people will be afraid to go ask him to draw things. I wasn't. He said yes. I believe she really hated my interactions with that boy. I don't know, guys, tell me down below, like maybe I'm just overthinking it, but I believe that's why she didn't like me having an interaction with that boy. So she's just like, you public je n'aime me. Damn. I hope this story makes sense and I hope it entertains. I don't know what else to say about it. That happened. Positivity turned negativity. I don't know why you're boiling up about it. You all know you had a crush on me. Composing. I think that's it. Stream my music. Stream my music. Strippy Bunny Weird. Ooh, that would be nice. Strippy Bunny Weird. That's me in the strip club. Listen to Sticky Bunny Weird everywhere. Subscribe to Life Like Bunny, this channel. Comment down your thoughts about this story time. Write down anything else you'd like me to make a video about. I will consider doing so. Follow me everywhere. I think that's it. I think I'm gonna go. I hope you enjoyed the video. I have more to come. I love my tits. I love my hair. I love myself. Let's shake tits together. It's nice. They're not so big and they're gonna hurt you. Let's shake them. Shake tits together. Thank you for shaking in solidarity. Tit shake. Tit shake. And they're not big enough to bounce, but they do a little wiggle.